I was gonna be a nurse, and then I was gonna be a teacher, and now I'm a coach. So, I mean, I feel like kids at 14 don't really know what they like.
Social media can kind of make or break you, and that was something we had always been taught.
Find that somebody who you identify with and start to model your life like that.
I don't think you have to put this pressure on you and that I can only post that it's my brand, but be smart and understand that people are going to see it, especially if you're being recruited.
Obviously, brand is very important. I think social media is a reflection of how you want to be seen, of how you want to be judged, of how you want to perceive to your teammates and to your fans and to your coaches and who you represent.
So use it in a way that you want to be seen and known as.
Player development. We're not just about making these girls great softball players. I want to make sure they're great people. This travel ball thing is kind of tough because if someone's unhappy, if a parent's unhappy with playing time, I'm just gonna take my kid and I'm just gonna put her on this team because they're promising playing time. And I don't think it's really teaching these kids like hard work, what it takes to beat somebody out.
You are in control of your own happiness, your own feelings, your own understanding of the world, and no one's going to really take your perspective like you wish they would.
I think I was playing my best softball when I was 25, 26, 27. You talk about your mental capacity, your maturity, now your physical capacity, like all of the things are starting to meet up, and I think that's when you really come into your own.
There's training, you know, obviously physical training, hitting, catching, fielding, but I do a lot of time where I sit down with them and I let them ask me questions, I share experiences, we'll do videos where I show like, oh, this is my friend Lauren Chamberlain, and you know, this is how she got through certain things.
I'm starting to notice now too, when kids are struggling, when they're hitting that wall or the game is not loving them up as much, I think it's crucial to be able to talk to somebody and be like, you know what, this is what I've experienced that. I know maybe not exactly how you feel, but very similar during my experience at this point or this point, and this is what worked for me.
I mean, no one likes failing. I still don't like failing. And I think like this sport is so tough because we fail a lot.
During my career, what I ended up having to start doing was really paying attention to nutrition, the things I was eating. It's so simple. But energy and like recovery, I don't even think I knew what recovery was until I hit 30. I never did those type of recovery things and like took them for granted, like I'll be fine, I'll just walk it off. I may be sore one thing, you know, but like my early 20s, I'll just walk it off. And then when 30 hit, it was like, okay, we have to do these things. And I wish that I had created those habits a little bit earlier where they were second nature to me, that I didn't have to be such a hard switcher.
I would definitely say the weight room is so important. Being on my own and me ultimately realizing that I want to make the 2020 Olympic team, in order to do that, I need to be great in all facets of my game, and that includes the weight room. And once I saw direct translation into the game and how it affected my swing and how stable and strong I was with my swing, it was a no-brainer for me.
Pressure can be a good thing. It usually is a good thing. Think about when you're up to bat and you're bottom of the 7th and you're facing Megan King at Florida State or whatever. That pressure is a privilege. You get the chance to grow as a human, as a player, as a teammate, like right in that moment. I think back to those high school years, and it was challenging. And I think that had to do with me driving an hour and a half each way and doing homework in the car and playing for a top team under 20 Rico. But it challenged me in a way that prepared me and made me a better human.
In my case, and a lot of us as athletes, when we're playing for so long, being an athlete is your identity. And so that was a hard thing, transitioning away from the game, retiring, not playing. It was hard to introduce myself to somebody, you know, hi, my name's Natasha, what do you do? Well, I used to play softball, but I don't play softball anymore, and so like your identity is all wrapped into that.
You know, we had to band together to be there for each other. There was a little bit of conflict between coaching and the players, and we knew like, okay, well, the relationship's not there from the players to the coaching end, so we were there for each other.
I just remember starting to compete for like national championships, starting to travel, going to different states, and like that was so cool for me because softball has taken me all over the country, all over the world, and so that's what at 9 is when I really remember starting to really play at like a high level.
To mentors growing up, Gina Vecchione, puppy from UCLA, she's probably tired of hearing from me because I'm always like texting her, calling her, puppy, I need some advice.
One experience, the whole team went around me and hugged me after the game, because it kind of was something that gave them hope that like, wow, she looks like me and she's doing this. And so that was something that I will just never forget for the rest of my life. Like, it was just such a surreal experience.